Welcome to Learn As You Grow, the podcast where we grow every day in every way, sharing gardening tips, ideas, and inspiration to help you cultivate your best garden and self. Let's talk about how to buy the best plant start. Are you wasting money on weak, disease-prone plant starts? Before you buy, learn the tricks to spotting healthy plants, avoiding hidden pests, and getting the best deals so your garden thrives from day one. So, what do we need to look at the garden centers? We need some red flags to know about. Here's the list. When you're looking at your plant starts at a garden center, look for wet soil and drooping leaves because that equals trouble. Overwatering is one of the most common issues in retail environments. The garden centers often overwater to keep plants looking fresh on display, but the soggy soil paired with limp or yellowing leaves can mean root rot is already settling in. Also, look for mold, mildew, or gnats around the base. Check that soil surface. Get in there. White fuzzy patches or flying gnats are major signs of fungal problems or fungus gnat infestations, which are going to spread to your garden. Don't buy those. Look for stretchy, pale growth, legginess. We don't want. Plants that have been kept indoors or under a grow light will stretch for light, producing a weak, pale stem. These are often too fragile to thrive once we are planting them outdoors. We don't want legginess. Leaves that curl, spot, or yellow. If the foliage is visibly showing the spots, the curling, the discoloration, it's a potential sign of a nutrient deficiency or pest damage or a viral fungal infection. Healthy leaves, healthy starts. Don't buy the ones that are curling, spotting, or yellowing. Crowded cells or root-bound pots. If the roots are circling the bottom or growing out of the drainage holes, the plant has likely outgrown its container. Root-bound starts suffer transplant shock and grow poorly once in the ground. Now, as we're going through this list, just keep all these things in mind and know, don't pay full price or don't buy at all these types of plants. Now, if you're confident that you can plant something, a leggy plant deeper and it'll grow good, strong roots. If you're confident that you can handle a root-bound plant and nurse it back to life, far out, do that. Talk them down, negotiate. Some of them have no clue what they're selling you. So if it's a really high priced fruit tree and you're like, well, I see this, this, and that. I don't think we should pay that. And you go, how about this? And they're like, sure, just get it out of here, right? Having that relationship with people. Don't be afraid to ask. Broken or pinch growth tips. Sometimes the staff pinch off damaged growth to make the plant look healthier, but this is stressful and it masks a deeper issue. So look for that. And then there's the lack of labels or mismatched info. If a plant doesn't have a clear label or the label doesn't match the actual plant, that's a red flag. You might end up with a different variety or even the wrong species altogether. I went shopping for fruit trees at a place that I don't like buying fruit trees at, and the labels were terrible. I had to get out the Google and figure out, is this even something that I should be planting at all in my zone? Because stores will sell you things that are not going to last your winters. And you have to just take that minute before you purchase to look it up, right? I've even gone to like a co-op where they sold trees, and there was a gentleman walking around, and I was saying how ridiculously priced everything was, and he goes, look at the tag, see where they got them from, go buy the trees from them, the wholesale provider, don't buy the trees from here. And I thought that was wonderful information that he told me. Look if your plants are near treated or sprayed displays, because we don't want that runoff and drift contaminating the edible starts unintentionally. And if there's no bees or pollinators around, that's a red flag. Healthy garden centers usually attract the bees and the pollinators. If the area feels too quiet, it's worth wondering what treatments or chemicals might be in use. Let's say you've passed all the checks, you've looked at the plant thoroughly, you've made sure it wasn't too overcrowded in the pot. If it's something that you know you can take and separate and plant individually, then do that. But if it's something that's been overseeded and in the cell, it's just packed with plants that you know isn't going to thrive, don't buy that one. Now, yes, there are plants where you go, okay, this is a 6 cell and each 6 cell is supposed to have 1 in it, but one of them has 2. If you know you can confidently wiggle that out into its own plant and grow it, great. You just got a free plant, right? You've now brought them home. We need to talk about hardening off. Why hardening off matters. Most store-bought starts, they've been grown in greenhouses or protected environments with the stable temps, filtered light, minimal wind, and then you just suddenly take them home and plant them outside. That's exposing them to direct sunlight, wind, temperature fluctuations, rain, and UV exposure. That's going to make them go into shock and can cause leaf scorching, wilting, stunted growth, or even plant death. So timing is everything. Our hardening off schedule can be your own tuned thing. It doesn't have to be 7 days. It can just be day 1 and 2, placing the plants in a shady, sheltered spot outside. They say for 1 to 2 hours, avoiding wind and direct sunlight, bringing them back inside to a protected spot afterwards. Day 3 and 4, increasing the time outside to 3 to 4 hours, introducing a little bit of sunlight, bringing them back in. Day 5 and 6, leave them outside longer, allowing direct sunlight and gentle wind, not when it's crazy stormy, whatever out. The thing about this is I've done all of the above. I've done babying them, I've done timing them, and I've done where the weather forecast said it was going to be overcast and not too windy and it wasn't going to storm, and I just set them in a shady sheltered spot for 5 days. Like, I never brought them back inside. The thing you got to watch out for is that overnight temp. Like, just tonight I had to bring onions back inside because it was going to be below freezing all of a sudden again, because I haven't planted them here in Minnesota. If your overnight temps are safe, you can leave them outside. You don't have to play the in and out game, but just understand the hardening off. A lot of the times when I'm planting something, I want to plant it on a cloudy day, not a sunny, hot day, right? Let's talk about saving some money, gardeners. End of season sales are secret gold mines. They don't want, those garden centers, they don't want to overwinter inventory, so late spring and early summer clearance racks can offer deep discounts on perfectly viable plants. So what are you looking for? Slightly root bound but still salvageable perennials and herbs. You can get those anytime, right? As long as it's, I mean, if you're expecting that perennial to overwinter and survive, understand the zone conversation. Veggie starts that you can succession plant or keep in pots, but avoid the severely stressed or diseased, stunted, dried out things, right? The local plant sales and community swaps. Check out the master gardener events, the local horticulture clubs, the school or library garden programs, neighborhood plant swaps. They have cheaper, more diverse for your area, possibly for your microclimate, less shock. Getting to know local growers, you can find a gold mine of deals, right? Also, shopping your small independent nurseries is most of the time a better option than the big box chains. Big box stores are convenient, but the quality is inconsistent. They can be shipped from long distances, sprayed heavily, and poorly labeled. The staff is not knowledgeable for most of the cases. It's high school kids or people that don't care about plants, right? Building that relationship with a local nursery, they'll give you a heads up about upcoming sales or hold specific plants for loyal customers. I know that my local co-op, I can say, hey, when you get XYZ in, like sweet potato slips or um, a specific type of onion start, call me and let me know so I can come down here and get it, right? So buying smart is also part of this deal saving money business. Timing by crop type. The cool weather crops like lettuce and brassicas looking for deals, they're the season for them, understanding when they can tolerate to be grown or not. Right before the warm season kicks in, the stores are going to clear them fast with cheap prices, right? Then there's the warm season crops, tomatoes, peppers. Mid-late spring is peak season, but overstock happens. Check markdowns after Mother's Day. And there's your perennials and herbs. Often marked down midsummer, perfect for fall planting or potting up. I know that I got a good deal on a campfire rose right before, it would have been fall, right before winter. It was like 75% off. Heck yeah, right? Shop early if you're looking for specific selection, but shop late for that savings. Okay, if you're hunting rare varieties or heirlooms, you got to shop early and get there first. But if your focus is volume and affordability, check them out late spring, early summer, and also know the return policy. Some stores offer a guarantee on perennials or veggie starts, and you always ask if a plant dies within X days, you might be able to return or exchange it. So just save your receipt and save the plant tag. So I've had 2 experiences with this. One was a big box store. I bought a tree. I bought a few trees, and she told me that if I saved my receipt and the tag from the plant, from the tree, for 1 year, it was guaranteed that if it died, they would return my money back to me, but it doesn't cover deer or rabbit damage, that kind of stuff. The other thing that happened to me was I bought from a mailing, like they shipped me bare root trees, and one of them didn't make it. When I planted it, I waited and waited and it was dead. I had to take a picture of a scratch test where we scratched the bark to see if it's green or not, a picture of the actual tree, the description of where I planted it, when I planted it, and it was a 1 year warranty on that as well, and they gave me my money back. So always ask that question of what's the policy here. So don't forget to check out my YouTube channel, Shawnee Grows, for even more tips and live streams. We had a live stream that was for this conversation. Go ahead and listen to that, watch that to get other tips from other people and other ideas. Thanks for listening to Learn as You Grow. Be sure to follow the podcast, leave a review, and share it with a fellow gardener. Until next time, grow every day in every way.